Happy New Year everyone, and welcome to 2024 and to my channel Matchbox Memories. I am very pleased to say that I found a bunch of brand new 2024 Matchbox 5-packs as well as Series 1, Mix 1 of the Matchbox Moving Parts vehicles, which we are going to have a look at, unbox for the most part. The only one that I don't plan on unboxing is that Porsche because it doesn't belong to me. My buddy Lenny got it, and he was kind enough to lend it to me to make this video, but we'll have a look at that, but we're not going to open that one up. So anyways, without any further ado, let's try and get through these unboxings. Let's start with this 5-pack here, which is called MBX Off-Road, and the vehicles are a Chevy K1500, Oshkosh Defense, Matchbox Rock Shocker, and the 1975 Chevy Stepside Pickup, which is that one there. And the last one is a Nissan Junior, 1962 Nissan Junior. So I feel like all of these have been released before in previous years. I know this one for sure has. I don't have any of them in my collection other than this Nissan Junior. So I'm excited to open this pack up and have a look at these cars. So quick look at the box before I open it up, and you can see there's the boxing itself is different. Last year was 70 years of Matchbox, so we saw the 70th anniversary logo on all these boxes. The 2024 boxes, as you can see, does not have that. It does say designed for a lifetime. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll last for a lifetime. Anyways, there's the art at the back. Still showing a 2023 Mattel license, and then those are the other licenses that are related to this box. All right, so I'm gonna open this up and we will have a look at the vehicles. All right, let's start with the 1962 Nissan Junior in this baby blue. Seen this one before in the main line. I don't have it open. I know I have it carded somewhere. And this, I think, as far as I remember, I think this was the original version of it. So this is a remake of the original version of this. There's probably been at least 7 or 8 different versions of this. This one's nice. It's, look at that, fully detailed at the back. Looks really nice. And the front. So this is the first version that they put into this 5-pack. I do have a few others that are open that I was easily able to find. Pretty sure I have all of them. I think the last one that came out was in orange as part of the second set of Japan Origins. And from what I remember, there's also an olive green version of this that has a wheel variation. So keep a lookout for that. And if you have a couple in your collection, make sure that you make the distinction between the two sets of wheels. Yeah, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, guys. Those are some of the other vehicles I have. I really like this red one with the Sriracha hot sauce livery on it. I think it's really nice. There's a few vehicles that have that livery, and I think I have them all now. And I'm really hoping that Matchbox continues to make vehicles with that particular livery. All right, not going to look at these in any particular order, but let's have a look at this. I'm not familiar with this casting. This is the Oshkosh. I might have 1 or 2 others in my collection. I think the livery on this is really nice, and it's a very, very nice maroon. Anyway, not a casting that I'm super familiar with, but I'm just going to show you guys real quick in case there are people that collect this, which I'm sure there are. Anyways, there it is. This one I do have a few versions. Once again, I didn't pull them. It's called a Rock Shocker. So once again, not a licensed vehicle. This is one that's just licensed to Matchbox, but it's actually a fantastic design. And I think if I was a kid, I would absolutely love this. Off-roading MBX specialty equipment. No window. Just a beauty. Beautiful car. Well designed. And I have to say, the delivery is very, very good as well. Chevy stepside from 1975. This is stepside pickup. It's a square body. Front's not detailed, unfortunately. I'm not a huge fan of that plastic, as you guys know. But quite a nicely designed vehicle. Black interior, nothing in the cab. Then the K100 pickup, the Chevy, K1500 pickup, 4x4 in yellow. This is a repeated livery from a vehicle that was issued quite a few years ago. I don't have too many versions of this casting in my collection, but I am very, very happy to add it. I think it is one that's definitely worth reviving and bringing to our home. So I hope that Matchbox continues to add this casting to their various lines, and I hope to see more in the future. So date of manufacturing is S38, which is still that's still 2023, but officially these are 2024 models now. All right, so that's it for that first 5-pack. We will have a look at another 5-pack in 2 seconds. All right, we're gonna have a look at this one. In the interest of time, I may not open it just because I feel like I have most of these vehicles. This one's called Wildfire Rescue. Actually, maybe I will open it. Let's have a quick look at the box. Bronco International Workstar, that one. Wildfire Rescue, which is the red vehicle. And then we have the bulldozer and the rescue helicopter, which I'm pretty sure we've seen these before. And I can't read the livery through the box, but we will have a look at them once we crack this box open. And there's the back art. It's featuring the Ford Bronco. So give me a second, I'm just going to open that up and we will have a look at it. All right, I'm going to start off with the Bronco, which is a repeat. I already have this in my collection. I didn't pull out my Broncos, unfortunately, but actually, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just go grab it and we can do a comparison to the previous version as well, which is a mainline. All right, so let's just have a quick look at the version of the 5-pack. I did get my Bronco set, so we can have a look. So side tempos. This one says High Country Tour. It's good design. I love this casting. It's one of my, I wouldn't say favorite, but it's a casting that I really, really like and do collect. And you can see that I do have a few different versions of it. Those two are spares, and I think this one's going to be a spare as well. I'm going to see if there's any difference between the version we just opened and that one there, which has been in my collection for a while. You can see there's a bit of rust, so is that rust? Yeah. So this is probably one I found loose somewhere. So maybe it is a good thing that I got a second version of it. I was thinking about returning this 5-pack. Anyways, side-by-side comparison, guys. So they look fairly similar to me, to be honest with you. So when I look at these look fairly identical. The only slight variances that I can see, and have to say I'm not the best at finding variances. So the only slight variances I see is there is a slight shade variation which you cannot really see on camera. But the only other slight variation is the green on that livery there. High Country, it's slightly darker on one, and this one is a little bit paler, as you can see. So the new one has a darker green on that livery, The older one is slightly paler. And also the hoods, you can see there's a slight variation in the paleness of one of them. This one's just a bit paler as well. Other than that, they seem to be identical. I think I'm going to put the new one as the primary one. I'm just going to keep the one I had in my collection as a spare. And since I have the Broncos out, I'm just going to show you guys. You can't never gets too old for me to show off these. The green one is a Chase from the 55th anniversary. And there they are. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We've already looked at a lot of these, but just a quick glimpse of what I have. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of these that I don't have, that are very, very difficult to find. They came in a bunch of 5-packs that were never part of mainline vehicles. So, you know, I'm slowly putting the collection together. I've made some good progress, but I will continue to look for these vehicles. Trying to get through these videos quickly. This one is something that I would consider as some sort of a fire truck. It's called the Bush Fire Truck 2007. I just started collecting this casting. I have 2 or 3 of them. I did not pull this, pull the ones I do have in my collection. I definitely don't have this version, so I'm very happy to add it to the collection. I think it is a fantasy casting, but it is extremely well designed and it looks really, really good. Look at the detailing. Really well designed casting. Fantastic color and details everywhere. It's quite nice. All right, let's have a look at this. So this is another fantasy casting. This one is called the Wildfire Rescue. Also a casting I don't necessarily collect. I do have a couple of them. I didn't pull them out. This one's Forest Preserve. It's a nice little casting. Okay, so the last 2 I think are national parks vehicles. I'm definitely going to add it to my collection. I did look at that. Look at that. It says Matchbox National Park Forest Services. I'm pretty sure I already have these in various 5-packs that I haven't opened, but certainly happy to add this fantasy bulldozer to my national parks collection, which is growing every year. Not the most interesting vehicle, but at least it's a good livery. And then also the National Parks helicopter, which I am almost certain that they have issued time after time. And you can see right there, it does say National Parks. If you look really closely, right under the Matchbox sign there, it does say National Parks. Forest Services, Unit 17. Not my favorite helicopter. This is also another fantasy vehicle. They've done it in a variety of colors. There it is. Okay. All right, moving along. Last 5-pack, a police 5-pack. I'm excited. All right, let's have a look at it and open it up. So this one is called the MBX Rescue 3. Fantasy ambulance. Forget what that's called. So the ambulance, I think that's called a Road Raider. In a police livery, the Ford Police Interceptor, MBX Rescue Helicopter, and then there's also the 2016 Ford Interceptor Utility, which are the utility. Fords are the 2 cars there. Those are the ones I'm the most excited about. We already saw this in the mainline. I'm just going to grab the one I opened in the last video when I looked at Mix 1 for 2024 mainlines and see if there's any variance between the 5-pack version and the mainline version. So give me a second, we're going to open this up, and then that also looks like the helicopter that we just opened in the National Parks livery. So we'll do a quick comparison to see if they are the same, and open these bad boys up. Card art at the back is the utility, the Ford Interceptor Utility, and still the 2023 license. All right, so I'm going to open that up and we will have a look at these vehicles. I'm always really happy to open a police or police 5-pack, or even an emergency services 5-pack. I've always been a huge fan of these types of vehicles ever since I was a child, and it definitely continued on to my adulthood. So this is an ambulance. This is not a fantasy vehicle. It doesn't look like it's licensed to any particular hospital or city. It just says Matchbox Rescue. That is not going to spend too much time on it. It is a fantasy vehicle. You can look at the fantasy vehicles first, and then we'll get into the two Fords. This one is called Road Raider. Got a few different versions of it. Once again, not one that I collect. I go out of my way to collect, at least. I do have a few versions of it in my collection. And then let's have a look at this helicopter, which is stuck in the packaging. Need both hands to get that out. Okay, so exactly the same helicopter that we saw in the previous 5-pack, just different livery. Police livery. I don't mind these helicopters. I find them they add interest to any kind of scene that you create. It's easy to display them. You can just throw them on top of something and they look quite good. So I'm happy to have this in my collection. I'm not complaining too much about it. Okay, so the two vehicles that I've been very excited to look at. So this we've already seen. We saw it in the main line in 2024 Mix 1, the A Mix of 2024, the video that I did last week. To the naked eye, it does look exact to the one from the main line. So if you've got that, you're going to have a second version of this particular vehicle. Let's just do the quick comparison. So that's the first one is the one we just got out of the 5-pack. That one's out of the main line. The surface of things, it looks exactly the same. I've heard online that the livery on this does look like the Austrian, I think it's the Austrian police force, even though it's not necessarily licensed to them. And just if we did a side-by-side comparison, so same wheels. Yeah, it looks very, very similar. Yeah, everything looks the same to me, guys. Back's not detailed in either of them, and then if we just have a quick look at the sides, they're exact. So look at the date of manufacturing. Maybe they were made in the same week. So this was a S34 and S35. So a week apart. There they are. Always a bit disappointed when I don't see a variant in those. But anyways, it is what it is. Let's move on. Ford Police Interceptor. Got a few of them, as you can see. And they do wheel variations on this vehicle typically. There's lots of years they put different sets of wheels as they created it throughout the year, I should say. So this one, I mean, once again, livery is not the greatest. It's not necessarily licensed to any police department. No details at the front or the back. But I will show you guys quickly my collection of this particular vehicle. So there's my collection, guys. It comes in police livery. It comes as a security car, state police, fire marshal type vehicles. And there's so many different variations. You can see the two different sets of wheels on the, exactly the same car. One set of wheels, different set of wheels. Some of these are, I couldn't tell you where I got a lot of them, but I think one's a 9-pack exclusive. I thought, so this one I got loose and it's not the best condition. So I got another version of it loose, also happened to be not the best condition, but then I noticed there's a variation in the light bar between the two. So lots of things to look out for. I got a spot open for it. I'm gonna put it right there. Another growing collection. I love my police cars. Those are just some different police cars that I do have. I've always been a fan of police cars. There it is. So that 5-pack's done, guys, and we will look at the moving parts vehicles shortly. Okay, so before we look at the moving parts, I just want to show you what I found at Walmart today. I got there early in the morning and they had just put out the new Hot Wheels dump bin, and I was fortunate enough to find the Super Treasure Hunt. Card is completely done. It was right at the bottom. It's creased. It's bent. I'm probably going to open this one up. Might do it as a short. I do collect BMWs, and I have opened every other BMW Treasure Hunt that I have. Super Treasure Hunt, I should say. This one's absolutely fabulous. Actually, when I saw it online, I didn't like it as much, but now that I have it in my hand, it does appear to be very, very nice. Rubber wheels. You can see the Treasure Hunt logo there. Anyways, going off track. I want to stick to Matchbox, but just want to show you guys. It's a nice way to start 2024 with a bit of luck at your local Walmart. All right, so let's have a look at these moving parts vehicles, and I'm going to try and be fairly quick about it. I'm going to start with the Porsche. Once again, I have to thank my friend Lenny who lent this to me. He got this before I did, and he was generous enough to lend it to me to make this video. So as you can see, the moving parts vehicles, we see new packaging. This packaging is more environmentally friendly from what I have read. It says made from recycled metal and supporting the bioeconomy. So I think even this foam here, it definitely recyclable. It's a nice little vehicle. And there's the packaging, guys. All right, so not going to open this one up. We've seen this before. We saw it in red. We saw it in gray. It's a really, really nice vehicle. And it's kind of interesting. So there's no plastic piece there, so you can see through the vehicle. You can touch it. Yeah, it's a nice design. And honestly, when you saw the package that it came in, it's so much smaller than the previous box that the moving parts came in. It's nice and square. They fit in together really nice. It's easy to package this. Whoever designed this package did a fantastic job. Porsche license. This one's good. It's nice. Okay, that's it. We're gonna open the rest of them. These are all mine. Going in no particular order. We've seen this Bronco before. This one's in red. Plastic-free packaging. Moving parts. It's the doors that open. You can't quite open. You can sort of open the door through the packaging. Not quite. A minimum of 51% ISCC certified plastic mass balance approach. Not sure what that means. But if you do understand what that means, guys, let me know what it means in the comments. Made from recycled metal. Ford license. All right, I'm going to open that up and we'll have a look at it. So the first version of this new packaging that I've opened, I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. So it seems like some sort of foam. It's quite durable. Back of it has that pattern, number pattern, letter number pattern, as well as the recycling logo. So fully recyclable, which I'm going to do. I'm not going to keep the packaging and pop this vehicle out and have a look at it. Oh, it's a two-handed pop-out. Give me 1 second. This is either the second or the third version of this that we've seen. I think we saw it in yellow before. They've issued this Bronco so many times now in both the sports version and the regular version. I've sort of lost track of it. 2021 Ford Bronco, there is an indent in the plastic, as you can see. I think they've done a good job of, I mean, there's still a bit of a space, but it's much better than a few years ago with these moving parts vehicles. This has fully detailed front, no side livery, but it's got detailed back as well, which is nice. Such a well-designed vehicle. All right, so look at the next one. Next, we have the 2019 Ford Mustang convertible. We did see this in the 70th anniversary moving parts vehicles as well. It had the 70th anniversary black, orange, and silver livery on it. This one seems like it doesn't have any livery, just detailed front and possibly back. So just have a quick look at the packaging and let's open this up. I quite like this casting. That is out of the packaging. Doors that open. Detail back. 2019 Ford Mustang. I think they could have done a better set of wheels, but these are not bad. I love this color, this emerald. Metal flake, emerald green. Mustang logo. And if you look at the gap, look at that. That's starting to get really, really good. Almost no gap. Like when I zoom in, you do see a bit of a gap, but from a bit of a distance, it looks quite legit. Left-hand drive. Yeah, it's nice. We've seen this a few times, but some vehicles just never get old. All right, let's look at this. GMC Hummer EV. I think we saw it in gray in 2023. Blue version. If I didn't have this channel, this probably would be one that I wouldn't open, but for you guys, I'm going to crack this open and have a look at it. I just want to make a quick comment. So I've opened 3 of them, and I've found that taking the vehicles out of this packaging is quite hard. You actually need 2 hands, and you need to use considerable amount of force. And I was thinking why they've designed it that way. And I think because it has no window and you can feel the car, there's probably a risk of it being taken out of the packaging. So they've really put this in there tightly, and you almost have to damage the packaging to get the car out, which is very smart design on behalf of whoever designed this package for Matchbox. Like you can see, the wheels are really stuck in there. You really have to see, like I'm pushing with quite a bit of force there, and it's not coming out. So I'm gonna have to use 2 hands, and I will take it out and show it to you guys. So not only is that packaging environmentally friendly, but it also seems like it's good for security. It's going to be hard to steal these cars. I noticed on the pegs you see a lot of vehicles that have been taken out of their packaging, and you just see the empty packaging. The vehicles are gone at the various stores. So this is going to help with controlling theft, which is nice. The GMC Hummer EV. Batteries at the back. This is sort of for storage. This is the trunk at the front of the vehicle. It's quite nice. Look at that. Look at the detailing. It looks quite good. And the gap is, once again, acceptable. Yeah, so the moving parts have done a better job of designing, and maybe it's a change in materials. I'm not sure what it is. At one point, I remember a lot of the moving parts seem to be plastic. These look like they might be metal. And maybe that's the difference. Maybe the quality of the metal has improved, but they've definitely cleaned up the gaps between the vehicle and the part that moves. Fully detailed front and back. Nice base. Yeah, decent enough car. Not one that I'm in love with. Certainly not one that I'm looking to collect or display, but I will keep buying them so I can review them and be complete with all my Matchbox vehicles. Okay, this casting I do like. The 2020 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. And you can see I have a few of them and I'm excited to add this to my collection. We saw this in 2023 as a convertible in the mainline in the same color. So this is going to be nice. Nice addition. Okay, let's open that up. Okay, so I've opened this vehicle up. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this color on diecast. And I have to say, Matchbox sometimes doesn't do the greatest paint job with this particular color. But this one is actually quite good so far. Look at that. I find that when they paint with yellow, when they color cars with yellow, the yellow is not even. But this one is actually quite well done. And it's not just Matchbox. I find that even with Hot Wheels, when they work with this particular color, the paint jobs are not quite as nice. But this is just absolutely gorgeous. And moving part is the hood. It's not detailed in there, but still, what a nice vehicle. Good set of wheels. I almost wish it was a premium. Yeah, I really like this. This might be one of my favorite ones from this casting. And let's have a look at the other versions of this that I have in my collection. So I made a mistake. I did say that it was in the main line. It's actually a Chevy. That it was a Camaro that was in the main line. Similar looking car, but not the same. But alright, so a quick comparison to some of the other moving parts vehicles that I have. That's the same casting. So this is one we just looked at. The orange and the blue are from the last couple of years. Exactly the same vehicle. Moving parts the same. Also no detailing on the engine. The orange is actually really nice as well. And then there's the blue, and I'm almost certain there's a few of these that I'm missing, which I will eagerly look to add to my collection. And then we do have the 2018 version of this vehicle, the Dodge Charger from the main line. And I've got 4 of them open. I do have several other versions, guys, that I have carded that I haven't opened yet. I know for a fact that I have it in maroon as part of the Matchbox Dodge series. It was a Walmart exclusive from a few years ago during the COVID years. I have a few different versions of that, and I just opened this in the last video that I did. It was also part of a Target exclusive series. I think it was called Muscle Cars or something like that. That's really nice. And then those are some of the Chevy Camaros and different Dodges. Some Dodges down there, and then the 2 gases, the Henry Ford gases in the moving parts. This vehicle here is quite interesting as well. It's a 2015 Chrysler 300. Got it in red and in blue. Is that a Chrysler as well? Yeah, 2015 Chrysler 300. I really like this casting. Looks really good. I hope they do more versions of it. I'm always extremely excited to add a Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40. I do have quite a few of them. This is the second moving parts vehicle that I have, and I think it's the, I can't be certain. There might be a third moving parts vehicle that I don't have, but very happy to have found this and to add this to my collection. So just a quick look at the artwork and the box, and I'm gonna crack it. Okay, so let's have a quick look at it. Again, the moving part is the door. Not the easiest to open. I'm not going to try and pry it open, but look at that fully detailed white top, which we see quite often in this vehicle. It's almost an olive green. It's a brown. It's an unusual color. It's sort of a mixture of brown and olive green, and it looks quite different on camera from what it does look like to the naked eye. But as you can see, it's fully detailed back and front. Moving part is the door. 1968 Toyota FJ40, and that's the other version that I said, the other moving part version. Just gonna host that right next to it. And this casting has been around forever. I've got different versions of them. They're not all clean. Some of them, like see this one, found it loose. They're not easy to find. They've been around for a long time. I've got a few different versions. I've got a few more that are carded that are just too valuable to crack, that I didn't pull out. And then this blue one isn't the easiest to find, but somehow I managed to find 3 different loose versions of it. And then there's the moving part Toyota Land. I forget the name of this. This one's a Japanese exclusive, Matchbox Japanese Toyota FJ Cruiser. This one's a Japanese exclusive in orange. And then those two are just from the mainline, not mainline, from the moving part series from previous years. And then I have some versions of this. This is the Treasure Hunt. These are Hot Wheels. Look at that. Look how smart that looks. This is a Hot Wheels Treasure Hunt logo. Toyota Land Cruiser. I like this casting. This one is a Target exclusive. It's also Hot Wheels. All 3 of these are Hot Wheels. They're not easy to find, and they're quite valuable. It's hard to find any of those for less than $10 Canadian these days. This one I've seen go for as much as $30. Yeah, just some vehicle I'm interested in, vehicle that I collect, and I will continue to grow my collection. All right, last vehicle we're going to look at, the 1996 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution in black. We've seen it a few times. Seen it in blue, silver. I think it was a metal flake silver, and now we have it in black. It's a nice car. I mean, if they're going to repeat one and change the color, this is a good one for them to do that. But really, I do hope that they expand the series of moving parts vehicles that they produce, because eventually people are going to want something different. All right, so out of the packaging, definitely a metal flake black. That looks really good. Right-hand drive. Not sure if the others were right-hand drive. Detail back, no number plate. Yeah, it's very nice. Alright guys, that's it. Another video done for 2024. If you enjoyed my video, please don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube, and if you're not already a subscriber, please do add my channel to your subscription list. I do have the new 2024 Mix A collectors, Matchbox collectors series as well, which I plan on doing a video in the next few days. So once again, Happy New Year, happy 2024. May all your wishes come true, and may you truly have health and happiness this year.